What's up, Mavletic lovers and listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Maverick Postgame. We've got another full show for you today as Mesa baseball have a huge series win.
And softball brings home more victories.
Plus, women's lacrosse dominates over Fort Lewis.
And men's lacrosse continues on to improve their record.
All of that and so much more as we move ahead into this recap-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. So with that being said, I'm your host, Grace Metcalf.
And I'm Maddie G.
Let's get into all the game-breaking stats, off-the-wall wins, heartbreaking losses, and in-depth analysis of our CMU athletics. Roll it!
Hello everyone, once again I'm Maddie G.
And I am Grace Metcalf. Let's hop right in and take a look at all the Mavtastic action that took place this week here at CMU. The Colorado Mesa baseball team earned a huge series win over MSU Denver as they took the final game of the series 12-6 in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference opening series for both teams. The Roadrunners took the early 3-0 lead after a 2-out, 3-run home run in the top of the first inning. In the bottom of the fourth inning, Colorado Mesa evened things up on an RBI double from Stevenson Reynolds and RBI hits from Rob Sherrar and Declan Wisner. They took their first lead of the game in the fifth inning as they plated 4 runs for a 7-3 lead. Max Valdez hit a solo big fly for the first run of the inning, followed by an RBI single from Conrad Villafuerte. A bases loaded hit by pitch and Julian Boyd reaching on an error made it 9-4 in the 7th, and the Mavericks still had the bases loaded. Pinch hitter Christos Stefanos stepped to the plate and delivered the final blow. Stefanos ripped a 1-2 pitch down the left field line that cleared the bases and made it 12-4. The Roadrunners would get 2 in the 8th to make it 12-6, but that was all the closer they would get. As a team, the Mavericks did well in the stats, having more hits 14-10 and only having half as many strikeouts as the Roadrunners. Although they had more home runs, the Mavs managed to still gain more RBIs 12-6.
The Colorado Mesa softball team took 2 more big wins and a weekend series sweep of New Mexico Highlands University. The Mavs won the first game by a 15-0 margin in 5 innings and took the second game 14-6. In Game 1, the Mavericks scored 10 runs in the second inning to blow the game wide open. Riley Crouch started the scoring with a solo homer to begin the inning and then later added a 2-run double with just 1 out. Ashley Bradford, who went 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs throughout the contest, and Brandy Haller also had 2-run hits. Crouch then delivered an RBI single in the third. The Mavs then tacked on 4 runs in the fourth as Miranda Pruitt delivered a pinch hit homer before Michaela Westmoreland hit a sacrifice fly. Bradford then followed that up with a 2-run triple. As a team, the Mavericks overall dominated in statistics, having more RBIs 14-0, home runs 2-0, and 1 less strikeout than the Cowgirls. The Mavericks have now won 8 straight games overall, posting double-figure run totals in each to improve to 15-8 overall and to 13-2 in Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference play.
The Colorado Mesa women's lacrosse team used 9-1 and 7-0 runs in the first and second halves respectively as they cruised to a 19-7 victory over visiting Fort Lewis College in both teams' Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference openers. The Mavericks had 11 different goal scorers as Kylie Davis netted her second 4-goal game of the young season. Allie Bryant also added a hat trick and a 4-point game, while Peyton Ivey recorded 2 goals and 3 assists, good for a career high 5 offensive points. She also added 4 ground balls. Fort Lewis fell to 0-3 after going more than 24 minutes without a goal in the second half as the Mavericks cruised to the win while implementing a running clock and getting their reserves some nice playing time early in the season. The Mavericks finished with a big 39-17 advantage in total shots and put 29 of their shots on goal. They also had a 19-11 edge in draw controls as Bryant and Davis combined for 13.
The Colorado Mesa men's lacrosse team scored 7 of the match's final 9 goals to collect a major neutral site win, 15-10, over number 7 Rollins from Salt Lake City. The first quarter ended with the Mavs up 3-2 thanks to 2 goals from Jed Brummett and tally from Hunter Holcomb. Sergio Pelayo's 2 goals and scores from Blatt and J.J. Brummett helped give CMU a 7-6 advantage at halftime. Brummett completed his hat trick 3 minutes into the second half, but Rollins rallied to tie the game at 8-8 with 9 minutes to go in the third. The Mavericks were undeterred, ripping off 4 quick goals as James Steinke's second gave CMU a 12-9 lead with 7 minutes to play. Rollins answered with 1 final strike, but Levi McCoy, Drew Eichelman, and Checketts all scored within the game's final 3 minutes to push the final margin to 5. The Mavs held the advantage in shots, 39-26, shots on goal, 26-22, and ground balls, 26-23. The team was a perfect 17 for 17 in clears and had a 15-8 face-off edge, led by Dylan Checketts, who had 12 face-off wins as well as his 3rd goal of the season.
Now that we have recapped some of the games, it's time to announce our Maverick of the Week. Our Maverick of the Week goes to Ben Sampson. Ben was named as the College Swimming and Diving Coaches Association NCAA Division II Men's Swimmer of the Year. He led the way for the Mavericks, winning the national title in both the 200-yard individual medley and 200 backstroke. He is the first male swimmer in CMU history to win a title after Lily Borgenheimer became the first women's swimmer to do so last year in the 200 breast. Congratulations, Ben, for your outstanding performance. You are our Maverick of the Week. We are now at the end of our show, and it is time for our closing statements. My closing thought is on men's basketball. Their season came to an end this past Saturday with a 72-57 loss to Angelo State. It's a shame, but they had a good run and performed well this season. Plus, we have lots of other sports to look forward to seeing how their season goes.
Absolutely. My closing thoughts are on the beach volleyball team. They have only recently started their season and they are already crushing it, especially after this past weekend's demolishing win. I can't wait to see how well they end up playing.
I can't wait either. I'm sure they, along with our other sports, will bring some exciting action. Now that we have wrapped up all the action from this week and given our closing thoughts, it is time to close the show. Thank you everyone so much for joining us this week on Maverick Postgame. I've been your host, Grace Metcalf.
And I've been Maddie G.
Be sure to go check out our channel 62.2 for more games and updates. We'll catch you next week on an all-new recap-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. Stay safe, Mavs, study hard, go to a game or two, and of course, have yourselves a most amazing day.